Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, now with events throughout the year.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Happy Ash Wednesday and happy feasting day. We are at a new place in Sunrise, Florida called Lickie Stickie BBQ. And just like the scene in Jaws, Defo, where Robert Shaw, Captain Quint says, going to need a bigger boat.
That's what we needed today, yeah.
We need some more tables.
What did we walk into here, Mike Mayo? People are always asking on Let's Eat South Florida, hey, where can I get some good barbecue? I think we found nirvana when it comes to barbecue right here.
It smells great.
Yeah.
It looks great. I am restraining myself from completely diving in at this point, but let me first, without being rude, introduce the proprietor, pitmaster, chef extraordinaire, who has a long and distinguished family history of barbecue. It's Chef Juliet Johnson. Welcome back to the Lunchbox. You've been here before, but I think we did it over the phone.
Juliet, all right, all right.
How are you today, and how's it going?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
Nervous.
All right. Yeah. Well, now you had a grand opening a few weeks ago that I was happy to be a part of, and thank you for inviting us out. And I guess just tell us about the long, I guess, an arduous struggle to get to this point where you have a brick and mortar. And first of all, tell the people where you're located. What's the address here?
We are located at 7794 Northwest 44th Street in Sunrise in the Lincoln Plaza.
And to give people a landmark, right next to Piper High School.
My high school.
Yeah, right
Piper
before
High School. I'm a
Piper High
proud
School.
Bengal, and I am so excited to have Lickie Stickie in my hometown of Sunrise.
All right.
We've got Lubie off in the wings there, but he's got the headset on. He has been the master maestro of coordinating things. I mean, this has been a saga, but before we get to the saga, I got to dig into this. This brisket looks so phenomenal.
I knew your resistance was going to break down.
Can you just give a quick guided tour of the, what is it, about 100 or so dishes that you've slaughtered us with today? And,
we have the deep fried cornbread here.
Oh, that's what that is. Wow.
I think you should start there.
Buttermilk
Mike
mashed potatoes, barbecue ribs. We have the jerk party wings, jerk pork, the brisket, deep fried chicken wings, collard greens, and we have the seafood fritters. They're made with salmon, blue crab, and shrimp.
Well, I'm going straight into two of my favorites, which is the mac and cheese and, of course, brisket. And this brisket looks completely proper in terms of you got the beautiful bark on it, got the great smoke rings on it, and a proper amount of fat. And I'm going to go dig in here and oh God, that's some good luscious stuff.
All right.
Defo's being very
well, I love watching you pork out on stuff, literally in this case. And yeah, I mean, the reputation of Juliet is impeccable. And we ran into her, I did for the first time at the Fort Lauderdale Wine and Food Festival, one of the events there. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I think you won the People's Choice Award that day, and I couldn't resist the temptation to come over to your place because you have a great ambassador for all of your work with the great O.J. McDuffie of Miami Dolphins fame. And he was out there, and people are going, is that O.J. McDuffie? And he couldn't wait to introduce everybody to your barbecue. And it more than passed the test. It even got by the harsh criticisms of one Mike Mayo, who was, you know how discriminating he can be when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Everything she does here is just marvelous. I mean, you include lemonade with a lot of your, I guess, platters and dinners, and now I see why. This lemonade, it's like a magic potion.
Thank you.
How do you make this? And Lubie is potchking. He's making me nervous, but we are on the air, so it's all good. Yeah, yeah. So just what goes into the... Okay, there's a stupid question.
What goes into your lemonade? How about
goes
lemon
into
and water?
Just 10 pounds of lemon. sugar and water.
It's spectacular.
But
though.
you have the
Thank
right balance. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
really
too
nice.
sweet,
Yeah.
Thank
not
you.
too tart, just right. And it is the perfect accompaniment to this whole Lickie Stickie feast.
Right.
You started talking before Mike started slobbering down on the brisket here, which I expect him to eat it all. But so we're laying out. But yeah, I know it's interesting because you started the brick and mortar store, and it wasn't an easy path to getting to this point, and yet you had such popularity. So, what was the rationale behind putting together this particular location?
Well, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. It was really a dream of mine. In 1968, my dad and his brother had Art's Barbecue, and I
Okay.
was working there when I was a kid. So
That was in
it's
Fort Lauderdale,
Fort Lauderdale and Sunrise Boulevard.
right?
Nice.
And how long was that in business for?
From 1968 until 1977.
Okay.
Nice.
And you did what there? You were kind of just learning.
Yeah, learning, sweeping, chopping, whatever I was told to do. Yeah, so it started there. They did not even have grills. They had 3 refrigerators sitting up on cinder blocks with a gate on top, and they chopped the meat up with the axe and roll it up into wax paper.
Oh,
And people come from near and far. It used to be on WRBD radio.
that's
Radio
all right. No, I didn't say
station.
that. No,
No,
that's
that's fine.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
Um,
great.
No, and that's great that you have basically the whole barbecue in your DNA.
yeah.
And so your dad was named Art.
His name was Julian, and his brother is Art.
Okay,
Mm.
Art was
Mhm.
your uncle. Julian was your dad. You're
Yes.
Juliet.
Yes.
And then you started carrying on the tradition. How long? When did you you went into business for yourself, like selling at the farmers markets and weekends and parks and things, right?
Actually, I started at Jimmy's Market in Fort Lauderdale and Tubby's drive-through. Then I went to the farmers market.
Okay. And what year was when you started getting a following?
1990, I
1990.
started.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
we're going back a long way now.
Every weekend.
That's 30-something years of my
34,
method.
my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's the math whiz.
Because it had a 0, it was easy to come up with.
Yeah.
Now barbecue is so interesting because everybody's got their own opinion about what's is good and not. But what are some of your theories? Because I'm a big fan of the mustard-based sauce. I don't know. I think Mike's the other
No. I like mustard.
persuasion. But I first was indoctrinated into Southern barbecue when I moved here, and there was a place called the People's Ribs. I don't know if you remember this place.
Yeah.
Very famous. I think it was in Liberty City.
Mhm.
And I went there, and it's the first time I had the mustard-based sauce. So,
Mhm.
what are some of the philosophies that you had in putting barbecue together? Because everybody's got their own style.
Well, this isn't mustard. A lot of people think it's mustard.
Mm.
It's turmeric.
Okay.
Now,
there you
it's
go.
my
Which
Which is
dad's
good for you
recipe.
too.
Yeah,
there you go.
it's my dad's
I
recipe.
got it right here.
Nice.
You sell these by the jar like this?
Yes,
or-
sir.
And it will fight inflammation, so it'd be good for us old geezers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Both Defo and I need that,
Right.
honestly now. But-
Uh-huh.
so okay, so what else? It's a little bit of molasses or tomato base or
No tomatoes.
tomato.
Yeah. It's made. Well, I can tell you my homemade wine.
Oh, wow.
I
Homemade wine.
process it underground for 60 days.
This sounds a
It's
little.
Yeah, I make
yeah.
my own wines, and it has molasses, turmeric, and some other spices, onion bits.
Have you had it yet?
I have
Defo?
to give it a try,
Go,
yeah,
go
yeah.
get yourself a fork. Get yourself.
Well, I
a
was
piece of
afraid to
something.
get in. I didn't want to get my
I-
hand
no,
chopped
no,
Your hand
off.
eaten, exactly.
I might have to go in for a rib over here.
This,
You got
this looks
Yes.
fantastic. Yeah.
again now. So you were obviously been doing this a long time, over 30 years, where you just had a business where you'd be traveling around. When and why did you decide to try to open up a brick and mortar, and how long did it take to finally open those doors a couple of weeks ago?
It took me 3 long years.
Yeah.
Right before COVID, I signed the lease.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
Perfect timing. Yeah. And then I ran into 2 bad contractors.
The
In
typical-
Florida? Are you kidding me?
Shocker.
Yeah.
South Florida of
2
all
really
things, yeah.
bad contractors.
Now this always breaks my heart to hear. You want to have faith in humanity, and
Yeah.
this is your livelihood. You've been doing this a long time. You bring so much joy to so many people. Why would they do that to you?
I don't
Why?
have the slightest
If she
idea.
knew why, she wouldn't have
I
let it
guess
happen.
had something stumped on my forehead. I don't know.
This brisket's
But-
phenomenal.
Oh, thank
Now,
you.
Wow.
so like they just abscond with the money, or
They just took off with the money. My attorney, Mr. Anthony Gonzalez, tried to locate them, but
somewhere in the
avail.
Bahamas or the Cayman
Right,
Islands.
Mexico, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this just makes my blood boil. But then obviously that puts you back, and then you have the usual delays with permitting and stuff with the
Yeah,
city.
permits with the city.
What was it like for that ribbon cutting a couple of weeks ago, just to finally get the place up and running?
It was like a ton of bricks was lifted off my shoulders.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now comes the part where people come in and they actually start like writing up reviews on Yelp and
Yeah.
Let's Eat South Florida.
The fun part.
142,000.
The fun part, yeah.
You'd have to be a
Yeah.
fool not to love what we're having here, though. I mean, come on, Michael.
Look at this proper
This is
ribs.
fantastic.
The-
Yeah.
You got smokers in the back, or how do you? What's
Yes,
the
I
setup
have
here?
a Myra Mixon H2O wood burning smoker.
Nice.
I also have a submarine that's what I call it. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
And then I have a lane.
Okay.
hmm
And
I have 3 commercial smokers.
and then you're handling all the smoking for the. Also, you're still doing the weekends at Volunteer Park, right? Or-
yes, in Veterans Park
Veterans
and
Park,
Tamar.
I'm sorry.
Right. I have Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So how do you manage that in terms of, because right now the restaurant is only open Thursday through Sunday, right?
Yes, sir.
And you also have the markets on Saturday and Sunday. So do you have you cloned yourself? Are you
Yeah, how are
able
you
to be in
spreading
2
your-
places at
How do you
once?
not spread yourself too thin?
Yeah. Well, I have a good crew that I send over to the farmers market,
Okay.
and I stay here with the other crew. So
So how has it been? Yeah, we're still in the first month, I guess. How is it? I know right now you're open Thursday to Sunday. First, do you have plans on opening more days? Because my family can't make it now, but they were like, "Well, come later." I'm like, "They're not open today." What are your desires? On Thursday through Sunday for days of the week? Are you looking to become eventually 5, 6, 7 days?
no,
Oh, no.
I just prefer the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My reasoning and thinking for it is, like if you could have something all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're not gonna want it.
Yeah, yeah.
Absence
Make it
makes the heart grow
exclusive.
Yeah,
fonder.
exactly.
FOMO. That's a big acronym now.
Yeah, honestly.
Fear of
Exactly.
missing out. And
Mhm.
okay, because I know, I guess with the high school next door, with the high school kids coming in at all, or they?
If I have a lunch special for the Piper
Nice.
Okay.
and the teachers.
Oh,
yes.
good. That's nice to hear.
But I wanted to bring back like family style dining. That's one of the things. That's Miss Elizabeth Smith over there. She helps me with all sorts of things. So we working on doing family dining. Like
Okay.
that's how I was brought up on Sundays. Well, every day, you bring the food out just like this, no telephone, just
Mhm.
and you sit down and talk and converse with one another.
Are people
So-
capable of eating and dining without a telephone?
Yeah, pass the
'Cause I always wonder which side of the table setting does it go on. Yeah.
Pass the potatoes, pass the mac.
I'm gonna throw you a little of these
Oh,
A
very
lot-
nice.
Cheetos,
yeah.
smashed
I'm a mashed
potatoes.
potato freak. So
This
I
looks
think they only have family dining on Thanksgiving here. It's-
and even then, now
Yeah.
what was your report on the ribs there, Mike?
My report on the ribs are highly favorable. That's beautiful. And I'm going to refrain from dunking the whole thing into the sauce. I'm going to put a little sauce on top of it. But
I've never seen him this carried
restrained.
away either.
Oh,
yeah,
my
it's
goodness.
amazing.
well, I've got
Restrained would hardly be the
napkins
word to
everywhere. They're
describe it.
falling every place. But no, every product, everything that I've tasted so far. And the other thing I haven't gotten to yet today, well, there's all these beautiful delicacies. The fried chicken I had at the opening, I was blown away by how good. You get one of those. You should get one of those little drumettes.
You know what? As I remember now, do you also do a barbecue chicken? Because I think I had that at the food festival.
Yes,
It's
we have the
fantastic, yeah.
barbecue chicken. You should have some coming off the smoke.
Oh, well,
we
you
don't-
know, it's not like we need more food or anything. These potatoes are divine, absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you.
So, I could come here just for that.
Mhm.
Never mind now all of this other stuff, which is all sensational.
On the seafood fritters, what's interesting is, so Mike Mayo, Mr. Food Critic, Mr. I eat anything and I love everything,
Yeah.
is not actually the biggest fan of a conch fritter because you sort of lose the conch, right? He's actually a conch fan. You lose the conch. What I like about this seafood fritter is you actually are getting chunks of seafood mixed in with the fritter. So like you get the crunch, the flavor of the fritter, but you also are tasting the seafood, which is where usually with a conch fritter, you don't really find the conch.
Right.
This, you get a little bit of both worlds. You're getting the fritter and you're getting the seafood, and this
All
is
right, you
fantastic.
sold me on it. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to try it.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not.
The
And
white
this,
sauce.
What sauce is
I
this? Is
call
amazing.
it white lightning. It has a little
White
kick
lightning.
to it.
It's
Yes.
fantastic,
wow.
though. It is great.
It has a little kick to it.
I
This
just
does not get lost. This is the seafood is the star. I see a big chunk of.
Yep.
Is
Yes,
it shrimp in
shrimp,
there?
salmon, and blue crab.
Wow. I'm already proclaiming it with my mouth
well,
full.
and look, and you're
The
licking
best-
your fingers.
The best seafood fritter
Oh,
I've ever had.
Thank you. Thanks.
There's a lot of stuff here that would be the top of anybody's list of that type of food. The barbecue brisket, unbelievable. The ribs you're saying are spectacular. I need to see you do
The
maybe a
jerk
big
pork.
bite on the cornbread.
Oh, that's
I'm
amazing.
not
Yeah.
doing any more big bites.
No?
But I will do a small nibble of,
No?
again, the fried cornbread sounds antithetical to my stated goal of losing 40 pounds in the next
But
4
it sounds
months.
it's
Good
right
luck,
now
man.
with my
Good luck
goal
with
of eating
that.
great food.
You're about to put on 3.
Chef Juliet, are you supposed to dunk this in anything or just eat it straight up?
Yeah, you just eat it straight up. Uh-huh.
All right, here we go. So I'm not going to do a big bite, but I will get my
Yeah.
whole mouth around
Right.
it to take a proper bite here on the Lunchbox with Chef Juliet at Lickie Stickie BBQ, Sunrise, 44th Street, right next to Piper High.
It's destined to be a hit. Here we go. The whole thing in one
Wow, he
bite.
really did go for it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, geez, okay.
Oh, no, you couldn't get it all in there. It's that big. What do you
Yeah.
think, kid?
I could have kept going, but then I would not have been able to say a
Have a
word.
lady next to you.
Um,
Have you ever
sorry
seen
about
anything
that.
like that, Juliet? I mean, are you tempted to dial 911?
Yes.
oh my God, that's crazy good.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it's almost like not quite a beignet, but it's like a dessert kind of thing. Something you'd find at a a fair or something where it's like crunchy
Okay.
and a little bit sweet and light.
Okay.
And sometimes, again, that I guess it could fry anything. It makes it taste a
Yeah.
little bit better, but the crunchy fried edges on it. Defo, you gotta have one of these right
Actually, I just came up with that this morning.
Oh,
did?
really?
Yeah, I was
This
having
morning?
trouble with the oven,
Oh,
so I
very
was
nice.
like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do now?"
now. You gotta try one of those. Lubie, I'm throwing one at you.
So I was like,
Oh, okay.
Here,
All
here,
right.
take it.
"Gotta
Take
find
a
a
bite.
way
Sorry.
to make it work."
Okay.
I'm a
Oh, so you weren't able to finish the cornbread off. So you're like, how do I cook cornbread quickly?
Quickly, yeah.
You were a chef in panic mode.
Right.
That's
I was like,
amazing.
"Let me. I
Sometimes-
gotta have the cornbread."
I love that. That's
There you go,
great.
yeah.
Desperation is the mother of invention. And
Right.
mother F, this is
Uh-huh.
good stuff. This is
Mhm.
really
Thank
unbelievable.
you, sir. Thank
I think
you.
you've come up with a new hit winner here.
All right then.
I would definitely.
Well, that's good. The oven wasn't working.
No, I mean, did you taste these? These are great.
Yeah, I took a bite. It
Yeah.
Delicious, yeah.
Wow. I mean, little honey jalapeno butter with that would be just unbelievable through the roof.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
You get
You're
the whole
onto
child's plate
something.
working. You got 1,000
Yeah.
napkins already rolled up.
Yeah.
I saw you were going out of your mind. I saw this hit you right away when the
Mhm.
presentation was made here on the table, and then I knew you were going to be unable to,
it kept
have
coming.
any kind of control over
Kept
what
coming
you're
in
doing.
waves. And the first thing we walked into when we walked into the shop today was this beautiful platter of jerk, where you have jerk pork and I guess it's the jerk wings, right?
Yes.
So for those who like the Caribbean, Jamaican, a little bit more on the spice side, but it's not overwhelmingly spicy. It's just got flavor. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I
The
guess
variety of flavors too
Yes.
is spectacular. I mean, sometimes you go to a barbecue place and everything tastes the same, but the variety here, and you've covered the entire universe of taste sensations, Juliet. So
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that.
Thank you.
just talk about the jerk barbecue is a variant down here because of the whole Caribbean influence. Is that something you've always done, or did that because of as there were a greater influx of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
market?
Maybe about 15 years ago, I started out with the jerk
Hmm.
because a lot of people was asking for it. So now a lot of people think I'm from Jamaica because it's like
Well,
this
just
tastes
tell 'em you
better
are,
than the
yeah.
one in Jamaica. I was like, oh, thank you.
That's got the
yes.
proper spice.
Yeah.
Just a little
I-
hint of the Scotch bonnet, a
Yeah.
little bit of the heat.
Overwhelming. You could taste the
Right.
flavor of the meat.
I got my mouth stuffed like a squirrel
We,
getting ready for
we
winter.
love it when you do this.
Um,
It's a highlight of the show.
Yes.
So I don't want to get any negative, but the only feedback that we've gotten on the group so far was people were saying the prices seem a little bit, aggressive or high. But can you just explain that? And might there be some tweaks coming, or maybe make things a little bit smaller portions and a little bit lower price? Or what's your thinking on that?
Well, I was thinking, hi, Sal.
People on the side here. Oh,
Well, actually, I seen the article, the show, and everybody was making the comments about the Monster Burger. It was a misprint on the
on your menu.
menu.
Mhm.
Actually, it's a 12-ounce burger.
Oh well.
Mhm.
It's loaded with blue cheese, loaded with bacon. It comes with fries, and it comes with the homemade lemonade.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So you get all that. It's kind of like a
and
package
it's
deal.
ground. It's not 80/20. It's ground brisket, and I
Oh,
have
wow.
them to mix it with ground pork.
Okay, so
Oh,
it's a
wow.
special blend,
Yes.
a little bit higher quality
And that's
meat.
the thing. Yeah.
Yes.
And again, the quality, you got to pay a little bit more, but considering what you pay at some of these fast food joints nowadays for a what do they call the combo meals?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
$12, $13. I don't know. I'd rather pay a little
Mhm.
bit more and get lemonade like this and some of the
Yeah.
sides here.
Yeah. So
But that's just me.
everything is gone up. I mean, it cost me $100 just to light my grill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing is, and someone
The
was
wood.
talking about
Yeah,
that.
the
That's
wood.
been the
Mhm.
complaint, but between insurance and rent
Insurance.
and food costs,
Yes.
and you still want. And that's the thing. Like you
Wa-
still want to produce a high
Quality.
quality
Yes.
product. It is what it is. At some point,
Labor
you know?
intensive.
Yes. I use the Angus prime for the brisket, and I use halal chicken.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah,
I use the
that's
farmland ribs.
that's-
So
that's-
hey, I mean, I can't go down on the prices.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you see my receipt from Restaurant Depot and my lease,
People on Let's
here,
Eat South Florida
my
are not inclined to
staff,
complain, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
right. Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
I understand. But
Yeah.
it also, there is, I guess, the realities of the current economic situation, and look, it's capitalism. You're going to charge what you charge, and then there hopefully will be a market for high quality, really prepared with love, authentic, Southern barbecue. So
and that's exactly what you're gonna get when you come to Lickie Stickie. Now, when I get a deal, a sale, like I got in some baby back ribs. So next week they're gonna be coming up as a special.
So you'll
get
pass
a
it down
whole
to the
rack
customer,
for
exactly.
$20.
mhm.
So there you go. You'll
Mhm.
pass it on to the customer, which is all customers can ask for. I do like the combination, and we talk about being in South Florida, of barbecue and Caribbean cuisine that really describes South Florida well. And I know the jerk that just came, you literally just came by. People were asking for it. Have you
Yeah,
dabbled in?
people
What are
were
some of the other
asking for
Caribbean
it.
items you have here?
I do the curry chicken, the
Oh, nice.
curry gold.
Oh.
I do the escabeche fish.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, you do the fried
Steamed
whole?
fish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Uh-huh.
Wow, your menu is pretty extensive.
That's diverse.
I guess, is that a challenge in terms of just having, keeping everything going, and in terms of, in stock freshness, and making sure it sells by the end of the week, right?
Right, right. I think you should have a love for this in order to do it. I used to work at an assisted living facility.
I'll be signing into one
Like
soon, actually.
25 years. And if you can cook for the elderly, you can cook
Yep.
for
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
If you can cook for Mayo,
It's
you can
really
cook for anybody.
challenging. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's
So-
a lot of dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
Really, really
So-
good.
By the way,
But-
this collards are great. What do you got in here? A little bit of the ham bacon.
I
raw-
put smoked turkey and ham
Smoked
hocks.
turkey.
Oh,
and
nice.
ham
Oh, ham
hocks.
hock. Yeah. Well,
Fantastic.
Mhm.
You could taste the love and the ham hocks in there. That makes
Yeah.
gives it that real traditional.
I make a
antique
mean
flavor.
matzo ball soup now. I can
Do you?
make
Oh,
just
wow.
about anything. I
course,
got
I
a
was gonna
pot
say,
of homemade. I'm cooking now a pot of my homemade everything soup.
I want to say, I'm going to
I
skip the
can do
family Passover
Italian
dinner
dishes.
and get this brisket
Yeah.
here.
No,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
work in a
it's-
assisted living, you've got
Yeah,
the whole
all of
repertoire.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Friday nights would be for matzo ball soup
Right.
at my
Gotta
mom's
stop
old
out of
assisted living
Friday.
facility.
Yes.
No, so you've got a great background cooking for a lot of
Different
people.
nationalities and
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How much prep goes into
Oh.
putting everything together? And then I always, when I'm barbecuing, I have everything on the highest possible flame. But
Low and slow.
obviously, the
Yeah.
secret is to slow cook all of this
Yes,
stuff.
slow cook it. And actually we start on Mondays. We clean all the meat. I make all the different marinades for each meat, and we bag up everything and put it away in the freezer and in the cooler.
And that's why.
And it take us it's like a 9-hour day.
Oh wow.
And that's one of your days off. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take me real quick. How long does it take to cook the brisket and the ribs? How many hours low and slow on the brisket?
Okay, on the brisket, that was cooking for 11 hours today.
Oh wow.
Ribs?
And the ribs went for like 4.5.
And the jerk wings?
They went for like 2 hours.
Oh wow.
And the jerk pork.
Like 2 hours.
Jerk pork's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that? That's one of my
That is
favorite
really
things
great.
because it's just something you don't find everywhere. And, you know, get a
You
couple-
have to find the right cut to make it with.
Yeah.
I won't tell you what I make it with, but a lot of people use the pork shoulder and it tends to dry out.
Yeah. The first time I ever had jerk chicken or jerk pork, I was in Montego Bay, Jamaica,
Right.
covering an NFL alumni golf tournament. And I'm in line on the buffet with Tom Landry, the fabled coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And people were wondering, what the heck is jerk this, jerk that? And he said, I don't care who jerked this. It's bleeping good. He didn't care how they jerked it either. But
Yes.
yeah, it really, really phenomenal array of flavors and sensational stuff all the way around, Juliet.
I just
Thank
had a
you.
bite of this pork that tastes like, is it pork belly or something around that belly region?
Yeah, around the belly region.
Of course, I just took a bite. It tastes like the finest, pork belly is a delicacy. You see some 5-star restaurants.
That's how John Henry made his fortune. Pork bellies.
Yeah.
It really was,
Right.
yeah.
Futures. That's terrific.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't give you enough praise. Tell me a little bit more about like what it was like back in the day, in the 60s and 70s when you were working with your dad and uncle. A little bit different times.
Yes,
What was Fort Lauderdale like back then?
It was real laid back. People were nice. They weren't in a hurry. All the men walked with their pants pulled up, not hanging down. They had their belt on. If
There was
a
nothing west
guy
of
asks
University
you out, you
either.
don't have to go online.
Was it a mixed crowd? Because back then, we weren't that far removed from the whole days.
Well, speaking of
of
70,
Oh,
quite
was-
segregated down here.
you at the barbecue spot? It
Yeah.
was all kind of people from all walks
Really?
of life.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Just like at the farmers market.
Yeah, you see
Yeah, I met
judges and
ev-
people who just got out of
yes,
jail.
yes.
and everybody.
Honestly.
Yes, all kind of people. That's why I met Miss Elizabeth and Tweet Turner that was here earlier. Yeah, I met so
That's your
many
support,
amazing
PR
people there.
and marketing
Yeah.
staff, and they're getting
Mhm.
you, I guess, got to get the word out.
Girl power.
Yeah,
Every day.
How many people do you have to have on staff? And then, how difficult is it to do both the outdoor stuff and what you're doing here now?
Well, I have 6 staff members here at the restaurant, and we have 6 at the market.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes
it's a separate crew?
Yes, sir. It's a separate crew. So
but
sometimes you have those days when but you have to work it
Yeah.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
and I was the prep work and the stuff for the farmers market. Is it all done here now, or is it like a separate operation where
It's
they're
a
smoking,
separate operation.
smoking on their own?
I have the 2 commercial smokers out back.
Okay,
And I have the one inside for
that's
here.
mobile, right? They
Yes,
got the mobile.
They have the
smokers.
mobile smokers.
Nice. And you can taste the proper smoke. I mean, there was somebody on the group the other day that was touting their own judging, like they judge in barbecue competitions, and they were lamenting how, in South Florida, there's hardly any and no proper smoked barbecue. In a lot of places, parboil it or throw it in an oven, and that's how they fall off the bone. I got to tell you, folks,
Yeah, that's not true.
this is proper. There are places that do it the right way. You
Right.
can tell by just looking at the bark and the smoke ring, and just you can inhale. You walk in the door, you smell
Yep.
Yeah,
the smoke.
thank you.
So does that offend you when people say, "Oh, there's no good blank in South Florida"?
Yes, I was like, wow, I could have swore he never heard of Lickie Stickie BBQ.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can see why McDuffie loves all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Now, you do catering also?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
do
this is the time of the year
caterings.
where, especially at outdoor fairs and things, you have, and in the parks, people are looking for stuff like this. But, if I wanted to cater a party, I just give you a call.
Yes, give me a call. I catered for Dan Marino, OJ McDuffie. Mr. Seth got the job for me at the Nova South
Oh yeah.
East University.
Yeah, Nova Southeast.
Yeah, all the legends were there.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, there's all kinds of different events going on.
Yeah.
And if you get the call from Dan the man that you're doing something right, because
Yeah.
he is very particular about his food, and OJ, Obviously, the man
We
knows
know barbecue, yeah.
OJ McDuffie, that is.
So someone's asking, do you handle the smoking yourself or do you have a pit master?
Yes, I
So you're
run
the
the
pit
gr-
master.
Well, I'm the pot washer, bottle washer too. And wherever I need to be, that's
Every
where I
hat,
am.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hands-on owner. I can't stop eating. I'm
I
being a
can
I
very
see
love
bad
to.
host
Oh,
today.
okay.
Yeah. Well, the problem is once you start with this, I mean, you're not going to be able to stop. That's for sure.
I can't stop eating the pork. I can't stop eating the rib. I can't stop eating the collars. Thankfully, I only gave myself a little spoonful. That mac and cheese is fantastic. What do you do that makes it so just creamy and luscious and good? It's how
I
many
use
cheeses?
the 3 cheese.
Mm-hmm.
3 cheese, nice.
Yeah.
Can you divulge which
It's-
ones, or you have to
it's-
kill me?
I use the,
still-
sharp
Yeah.
and the Mayo, and then I use Velveeta.
A little Velveeta.
I love
Yes.
Velveeta.
Velveeta
nice.
is always
Sound like
in a
Velveeta.
really like traditional mac and cheese.
Yes.
That's the magic stuff.
Mhm.
Man, that's great.
Thank you.
Everything here. You know what? Can you stick around for the next segment because we're going to take a little break?
Yes,
no.
sir.
Oh, well, that's great. Lickie Stickie BBQ. What's the address? It's Northwest.
I don't think they've seen our faces since we
7794
started eating here.
Northwest 44th Street in Sunrise, Lincoln Plaza, right before you get to Piper High School.
just
Smack
east of
dab
Piper High. on
east of
Between
Northwest
Piper
Piper.
and
And it's
University.
easy to find, Mike Mayo.
This is very easy
Yeah,
to find.
easy to
Lincoln
find.
Plaza shops. Lickie Stickie BBQ. Thursday through Sunday. Don't come on a Wednesday because you're going to find a locked door. You'll see this in front of us, and I'm going to hold up a rib and say, nah, not today. No, that would be mean.
Yeah.
But you're gonna you take good care of the community. Well, let's
The
take
toughest thing here would be looking at the menu and deciding what to
What to
have,
get,
because
exactly.
you're going to be, feeling, fear of being left out. You're going to be missing out on some really, really good stuff if you can't eat it all at once, like
Hey,
we were doing.
let's take our first break, and then we'll come
Okay.
back and we'll talk a little bit more barbecue.
Good
with
idea.
with Chef Juliet.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Food with innovative twists, margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar, the place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. That's my spot. It's upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we are back at Lickie Stickie BBQ, brand new brick and mortar, but again, Chef Juliet.
Aptly named, by the way.
Been getting it done.
It's Lickie and it's sticky.
It is Lickie, but it's finger licking good.
Absolutely delicious. Yeah, really phenomenal.
She's been doing this for over 34 years as her own business. I guess she's going to get more food for us because we look like we're
So we
hungry.
need it. Yeah, we're starving.
Yeah, let me tell you.
But I did want to ask her about, first of all, Black History Month, and also being a female, woman entrepreneur. She mentioned she got her whole, girl power. Here we go. We got Chef Juliet back. Took care of some business. I'm just remarking about, I think I've taken a bite of everything on this table, which in itself is an accomplishment. But what the bigger accomplishment is what you've done is that every single bite that I've had, you could tell.
Thank you, sir.
The quality of the ingredients, the scratch made, the love really on Valentine's Day that goes into this.
Sir.
I mean, these smashed potatoes, you see the red skins of the potatoes. This is no powdered stuff. This is like real potatoes that you're smashing up, and it looks like a little bit of butter.
A little butter.
Just drowning in a Exxon Valdez size oil slick of butter, but butter makes everything better.
Right.
That talk about improvising. That fried cornbread, unbelievable. The 3 cheese mac and cheese, unbelievably good. The turmeric spiced barbecue sauce,
fantastic.
You've got the brisket, both sides, a little bit leaner cut and a little bit fattier on the deckle side. You got the pork, you got the jerk wings, you've got the fried chicken, you've got
the collard greens are fantastic.
The collard greens with the ham hock essence, and you've got a seafood fritter that I actually love because it's seafood. It's not all fritter.
Thank you.
Can I give you a hug on
Sure.
Valentine's Day?
Because that's the thing is, like,
we
the
gotta
first
pull
thing
it down,
I had was the fritter, and I'm always like his mayo, and I like conch fritters. It's okay if there's not a lot of conch in it, whatever.
But Mayo always makes a face.
Mayo's weird about it. So I'm like, let me taste the fritter
Yeah.
and let me see. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. Mayo's gonna freaking love this. There was chunks of salmon, shrimp, and other seafood. I'm like, okay, good for Juliet. I'm like, Mayo's gonna actually give us thumbs up, and he never does.
Because the way it looks, because a lot of times you get the fritters that just look like a
little
ball,
balls.
like the cornbread here.
Yep.
But even Defo said, "Is that a potato lacus?" And I was like, I mean, I bet you make a mean one.
Made potato latkes, yes.
But the shape and the plumpness, I'm biting it now, and all it tastes is like the shrimp and the other stuff.
Right.
If you're looking for the deep south, you can come on in here, and if you're catering a bar mitzvah, you
Like, come here,
Honestly,
honestly.
She's versatile. I think. No, you've got it all. And again, I'm looking the diversity on the menu here. You got an orange ginger salmon on here, so you've got all this stuff that's besides just for the traditional, meat eaters. You got some fish. I mean, I'll go down the sides menu here. Mac and cheese, collard greens, potato salad, coleslaw, rice and beans, buttermilk smashed potatoes, baked beans, garlic roasted Parmesan potato, and of course the cornbread. I guess, traditional, and now
Now fried.
throw the fried one on there.
Going forward.
Just pencil that in on the menu.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What
We also do whole pigs. So
We heard you do pig
yeah,
roast.
I did a pig roast for Elizabeth.
You knew Mike was coming and you didn't have one ready?
Oh, yeah. I ran out of
Careful, I might be the
time.
one that put up on that spit. Start turning me
Smoked the
around.
whole
He holds the
lambs.
record for eating a whole pig.
Yeah.
No, so you do that for catering? And
Catering. We do the whole lambs as well.
Oh wow! So
Homemade sausages. And every week we have a different specials besides the regular menu.
Okay.
so you guys are getting.
And that's
it
every
done
day.
here.
Oh, geez.
I
Look
want
out. Now
people
what
to
are
be
you
able to
doing?
find this
What are you
place.
doing?
Oh, it looks like sweet potato pie.
Oh, sweet potato
and
pie.
banana cream.
Ooh.
pudding.
Homemade banana pudding.
Ooh.
All the
shit.
desserts are
Not
made.
allowed to curse,
Yeah,
but
the
it looks
desserts
freaking
are
phenomenal.
made by my
Sweet potato
daughter.
pie. I love sweet potato
Sweet
pie.
potato
oh,
pie
my
I
is
love
the best,
banana
yeah.
cream pudding.
Yeah.
So put it together, and we're
Homemade
gonna have
banana
Just put that
pudding.
dish in front of
quite
Mike.
the feast.
No.
All right, we're gonna get to dessert in a second. Let me ask you a couple more questions. It is Black History Month,
Yes.
and how meaningful is it for you to be a entrepreneur and carrying on the family tradition? Especially here in your hometown, home area. I don't mean to make you cry.
Right, you're like your
But the
Barbara Walters
mic-
moment. Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know my dad is here. We were extremely close. I had 3 brothers.
Yeah.
I was the only girl. And we did everything together. From I was 4, I was in the kitchen with him. He'd take me everywhere. And I just wanted to keep the family legacy going for him and for my granddaughter and my daughter. It's he's here.
in spirit.
In
Well, it feels,
spirit,
yeah,
yeah.
you can feel him. Yeah.
When did he pass?
In 2010.
Okay,
Mhm.
and so he got to see you start
Oh,
off
yeah,
in the parks and the
Yeah, he
farmers
used to
market.
come, get out the way, give me that fork. And
I was
started
gonna
running
say,
the grill.
was he letting you do your thing? I feel like there could have been a passing of the baton, and it might not have been an easy
Yeah.
passing.
But
of the
did
baton.
he
Right.
critique you, or was he saying, "You got some talent"? I
Oh,
passed it
yeah,
on."
Pastor, yep, that's what
Okay,
he
so
called
he
me
was
Sugar
supportive.
Plum. You got it, Plum. You got it.
Nice.
And
That's him up on the picture there. On
yeah,
the,
no, and that's
yeah.
when I walked in, and for people who come in here, you'll see the way you did it. It's beautiful. It looks like
Yeah,
they
things
got
like
the
that,
kind
yeah.
of wooden picnic tables and kind of the old maybe shack in the woods in Georgia or North Carolina
Yep,
feels the
mhm.
decor. But then you've also got these murals up here that shows the family history. So when you come on in, you could read all about Chef Juliet's family, her uncle Art, and her dad.
Yeah.
And no, I think it's got a great vibe. I want
If
people-
anything, Juliet's enhanced the tradition.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
started
Yes.
so many years ago. I mean, phenomenal job by you guys.
Thank you.
Should be very, very proud. And the people in the area here are very lucky to have you opening up here in Sunrise with the brick and mortar store.
And let me ask, because I don't know about culturally or in the community, but are there many women pit masters, or is it usually kind of? I always think and see,
It's a
see
man's
the big
world.
Some big
smokers,
dude, yeah.
people out on the side of the road or in the parking lots of the Home Depots. Usually, I see a man doing it. Did you get any grief, or are people surprised that?
They surprised. And I think I'm the only woman pitmaster in Broward County.
Oh, really?
Could
yeah,
be.
because I do a lot of different events and specials and things. I never met one before.
Oh, wow.
And the Sun Sentinel named me the
Yeah.
pitmaster for Broward
She's the
County.
Julie Crone of
And,
pitmasters.
and you are the people's choice.
Yeah,
you
you
are.
People's
It's right there.
choice.
Visit
Visit
Lauderdale. Food and Wine Festival.
Now
Yeah.
you had to miss the festival this year, I guess, because you were getting all ready
For
building this.
yeah.
She's
right?
busy.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you're going to be back at some point? Hopefully, in
Sure,
their
maybe I'll
side
get to make
barbecue?
it to the one that's coming up next.
2025.
So did you?
yeah.
You said you were in the kitchen from an early age. What did your father, uncle? Did they push you into it? Did you naturally take to it? Because a lot of the time when there's a family business, sometimes the kids want to be involved. Like we're going to Gilbert's tomorrow. The whole family's involved, and it's really cool seeing how they are. Sometimes the kids want to break off on their own route. Was that something that naturally from youth you always just felt comfortable with your dad
Yeah,
working in the
just
kitchen?
natural. I just love to cook, and I think he passed it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your brothers? Did they get into it at all, or they just stayed away?
The one of the younger one, well, the middle one, Julian, he cooks. He cooks really good.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's one
But
thing.
they always come into my house. Oh, well, you got it. They know I always keep homemade soup in the freezer. They go
Nice.
raid the freezer and take all the soup.
Definitely see why.
Well, they're smart.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it, Michael. I think you have to dive into that banana cream pie there.
Yeah. Well, we got one more break to take, so let me say this: we're gonna.
You're gonna have to work up to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, we will. Well, let's first put in a kind word for our sponsors over at Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap in downtown Fort Lauderdale.
I think Julian would dig what they do
Yeah,
over
some
there.
different
Yeah,
Southern,
because
but they
it's
do a really
different.
good
They
job.
don't do the barbecue stuff, but they do honor some of the Southern heritage, like shrimp and grits and jambalaya and things like that. And they do a really good job. Also, Scratch Kitchen, 525 North Federal Highway. And they're open 7 days a week. They have the weekend brunch with the bottomless cocktails and some of the drinks there. Of course, they have their mixologists all the time working on new beverage concoctions, and they have their pecan infused and other whiskeys that they make and distill also especially for batch. And you could go in there again, check it out. Lubie was just there with the Mrs. last
Brunch
Sunday.
is fantastic. They do a great job with the brunch.
And they do a great job with everything. Live music tonight, Wednesday through Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. They got all kinds of stuff. Today's Wednesday, Valentine's Day. It's also Whiskey Wednesday every Wednesday there.
Whiskey
So
Wednesday.
if you do like a little bit of your, they make this great pecan whiskey sour that's beautiful. It's a little meringue on top and a coupe glass. I love that stuff. All right, so that's 525 North Federal Highway. And of course, they have the free parking in the garage right on the side street. As Defo found out, just make sure you're in the
Has
spot
the sign
that says
in
the
front of it,
sign
yeah.
for
Look for
hours.
Mike Mayo's picture on the sign. And you're okay. I was in the one space that didn't have the sign on that floor. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. You and your luck with parking.
Yeah. No, I'm actually very fortunate with
I'm
parking.
surprised
but
he got it
this
between
was,
the lines.
we couldn't figure out where this ticket came from.
He's gotten tickets for being like having the tire on the white line. They do it in Lauderdale
Really?
Lauderdale by the Sea. Yeah.
Wow.
They're
I was a
just,
little picky, you know. The parking lot was empty that day too. Which
Oh
is
my goodness.
even more
ruthless
bizarre.
up there.
Yeah.
Those parking attendants. All right, let's come back and we'll wrap up this edition at Lickie Stickie BBQ after these words.
Right.
For Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox. Great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting. Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms, and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Lickie Stickie BBQ. It is right next to Piper High School.
Turned
right
out to be
here.
a must pit stop for everybody.
7794 Northwest 44th Street. Got Chef Juliet back with us just in time for dessert. And you were telling us, I mean, I already took a couple bites during the break. We've got the sweet potato pie, which is beautiful.
Fantastic.
Again, the sweet potato pie used to be something I never was really loving because I didn't like some of those, the spices like the nutmeg or the cinnamon, but beautifully balanced, light as a feather. And then the banana cream pie, which I'm a sucker for, and it's just creamy and beautiful. Where do you get these desserts, Juliet?
My daughter, she's a pastry chef.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she does all the bacon lickety split desserts.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see what she did there.
Yes.
Lickie Stickie BBQ and lickety split desserts.
Yes, and she's at the farmers market every Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Might have to get over. Where
I'm
is
gonna
that?
have to go to this farmer's market.
Yeah, where
Yeah,
is
this is
that?
okay. So this
Volunteer
is
Park
Park.
and
Volunteer Park. What do I keep
Volunteer
saying?
Park
Did I
and
say Veterans Park?
Plantation.
Okay, go
Well,
ahead.
we have one at Veterans Park every Sunday.
Okay, so
Because volunteer is the one. Isn't that the one by Saw? What's the one by? It's not. They do a food market by Sawgrass. I know.
Yeah, that's Volunteer
Yeah, that's
Park.
what I thought. Okay.
Mhm.
Volunteer
She's
Park.
there every Saturday with
that's
all
in Sunrise.
sorts.
Oh,
And is it
It's on Sunrise
Plantation?
Boulevard,
Plantation,
just
okay.
before
Yes,
you get to
Plantation.
the Denny's on Sunrise Boulevard.
and
Before you
the,
get to
and
Sawgrass
the
Mall.
other one, Veterans
Mhm.
Park, is
I know it very well.
Veterans Park is on the corner of University and Southgate.
okay.
Yes.
And those are one is Saturday, one Sunday, or how does that work?
Yes. Gary and Jerry and Jonathan. They're over the owners of the market.
Okay.
Well, it's
So they have 4 different markets.
Oh, they have. Okay, so you've gotten into
Okay.
his
Lauderdale
rotation, their
by the
rotation.
Sea. Yes.
Okay. Do you ever go to Lauderdale by the Sea? That's
I
his
was
neck of the
there
woods.
at Lauderdale by the Sea
Oh,
for
great.
like 3 years with them.
But
Oh,
no
nice.
And
more.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Veterans Park, Volunteer Park on the weekends, right here. Lickie Stickie BBQ Thursday through Sunday.
Yes.
Opening hours are what? From 11 to. Oh, you do
Yeah,
breakfast on the weekends, right?
Yeah, we do homemade country style breakfast.
Wow. What's in that?
Well, you're surely not going to get any French toast over here. So we got have like fried catfish and
Oh, wow.
grits,
Oh, the real
smothered
goods.
pork chops,
Ooh.
homemade sausage.
It's a light
Oh, my
diet
God.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nice light breakfast, and then you go take a jog.
So again, that's on the
Yeah.
weekends, Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. you do the
If
breakfast.
you ever had the smothered chicken livers and onions,
Oh,
it's
God, I
served
love
with
those.
grits. It's really, really good.
Oh, my God.
And the garlic, I serve it with a garlic toast.
Nice.
That sounds
Holy
evilly
crap.
delicious. I love it. And again, Thursday through Sunday, you're open till how late? Like 9 o'clock, or you do?
Yeah, tonight at
Okay.
11 from Thursday and Fridays from 11 to 9.
Okay.
Fridays is from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays is 8 to 8.
Okay.
8
So
to 8.
Saturday, 7 to.
Okay. Yeah, a little
Sunday
bit
to-
later.
Oh,
on
I'm
that.
sorry. Friday is
It's all right. You just
Saturday
look
and
it up on the
Sunday.
website.
Yeah, it's 8 to
Eight to
8.
eight. Nice.
The key to barbecue, and I tell people, is you don't want to show up at a barbecue joint at 7 o'clock at night.
No,
because
no,
usually
no.
they're out
Get
of
there
stuff.
early. Get
and-
early.
Barbecue is one of those things. It's like going to a bagel bakery. You want to get there as early as possible.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
the
yeah.
freshest possible
Yep,
product.
yep.
Mhm.
And when everything is warm and just right out of the smoker, and the early bird gets the good stuff. And in this place, it's like practically everything. Highly recommend the jerk pork, the brisket, the ribs, the jerk wings, the fried chicken, the collard greens, the seafood fritters, the smashed potatoes, the fried cornbread, which is now going to be on the menu, the mac and cheese.
Yes, right. It's going to be
And
on
don't
there.
miss the desserts.
And
the
Lickety
sweet
Splits does a
potato
great job with the
pie
desserts.
and the banana. Did I miss anything? Well, there's more on the menu.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But I'm just mentioning things that we had here.
Yeah.
We can't thank you enough for
Julia,
just
great
Oh,
job.
thank
Great
you
job.
for
not
having
just
me.
yet, Lubie, because I do have a
Oh.
couple of more pieces of business. But again, we really wish you nothing but great success. I will make my way out west occasionally, hopefully more than occasionally, as my cardiologist allows.
Right.
But if you are looking for barbecue and maybe you only have it occasionally, like you're talking about,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
why not go to the best
Take a
spot?
trip, yeah.
And this has taken over. And I told you I was weaned on one of the great places, the fabled places, the People's Ribs, well known for years and years here. And that's where I first sampled sweet potato pie, which conceptually I thought, well, geez, what the heck is that? But you fall in love with it. I'm a big fan of pumpkin pie. It's sort of similar,
Yeah,
but
it's a
with
bit
its own unique flavors and texture. And everything here was just right on top of the list of being delicious.
It is all delicious. All right. We thank you again, but I got to put in a couple of words. Valentine's Day. It's not too late. I'm going home tonight. Actually, I'm now rescheduling my dinner. Instead of 7 o'clock, it's going to be about 10:30 tonight. But I did my shopping yesterday at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Farm. I got in
Oh,
there
I love
before the
that
crowds, but
place.
they're open all day today till 6 o'clock. So if you're one of those that doesn't want to go out to a restaurant, wants to pick up something nice for your partner, they have those great Valentine's Day seafood packs for two. It's Ash Wednesday. If you're observant in the Catholic faith and you're not going to be eating any meat today, Delaware is the place for you to go because that pack includes stone crabs of various sizes. They also have shrimp cocktail along with a side dish like their great coleslaw. And a dessert includes a choice of the key lime pie, the brownie, or the red velvet cupcake. Delaware is at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. I was in there yesterday. I picked up my stone crabs. I also picked up a beautiful looking ribeye steak
Nice.
that I'm going to grill. I'm going to be the romantic one tonight. I'm going to be
You'll be the pit master tonight.
preparing
Yeah.
a nice meal for Val and got my little bottle of champagne and some desserts also.
All right.
But yeah, if you're looking for the romantic evening, stop into Delaware today. Delaware will take great care of you. They're efficient. They're open till 6 p.m. Go online to delawarechicken.com to check out all the offerings and the daily and the weekly specials as well. And if you do want to go out to a restaurant, again, because Lickie Stickie is not open today, Tropical Acres.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
They
They'd
do
be the
have,
place to go, unbelievable.
my brother and his wife did a little pre-Valentine's celebration last night. They went in there. They had another terrific meal. I saw somebody, a friend of mine that used to be on the school board here, Patty Good, went into Tropical Acres last night. She posted some pictures today on the Let's Eat group.
Nice.
That looked like, they're in peak form, getting ready for the holiday. You can walk in there and try to get a table because I think they are sold out on the reservations front, but they do have limited availability for walk-ins today. That's at 2500 Griffin Road. But again, that prime rib that she posted the butternut squash ravioli. I didn't even know that was on the menu. It might be on the menu now for a new item, and I got to find out more when we're in there on the February 27th. We're going to be stopping in there to do a Lunchbox show with the Studiali family, Jack Studiali. They're going to take great care of you tonight. Go in there for not just Valentine's Day, any day except Sunday because they are closed on Sundays. But Tropical Acres is the place to go. They've been doing it for 75 years.
Wow.
Well, what's wrong with South Florida? I'm going to ask a question here. It's off the food path, but as known as the Prince of Procrastination, that's me. On the way home, I have to pick up flowers in a card for the Mustang. Any other day, and I drove 8 miles to the west here to get out here, and you would come across at least a dozen people that were selling flowers out of a little bucket at every traffic light. Today, nobody. I mean, what is wrong with that? Don't they want to capitalize? Who wants to go and get robbed in some store?
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Oh my God! Where are they today?
And I was in Publix picking up some asparagus this morning, and you're right. Those roses that usually go for
usually 15,
$9.99,
10,
$11.99, $22.99 today.
That's not even that bad of a robbery. I was thinking more along the lines of 30, but naturally, I'm looking to comp a dozen roses for $10, and nobody on the road, not by the turnpike, not by 95, not at any traffic light. I mean, you could buy oranges that are partially peeled, plenty amount of limes, churros, but you can't get flowers.
You used to be able to buy a Sun Sentinel on every street corner with those
That's
guys
true,
in the pink shirts, and
that's when they published the paper.
Those days are gone. Yeah. One more quick word before we depart today. Besides being Valentine's Day, it's a somber day in South Florida.
Oh yeah,
a bittersweet one for me because 6 years ago today, that horrific massacre took place at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High up in Parkland. We think today of the 17 lives that were not lost; they were
taken,
snuffed out, taken. And 17 others wounded, and hundreds, countless, thousands, really, others impacted psychologically by the events of that day. But we do move forward, and just we go on, but we never forget, and we think of them. And the best way to honor everybody that was impacted by that day is to think of them, say a prayer for them, and hug somebody that you love. And keep them close.
And live every day to the fullest. And we started that today by Lickie Stickie.
Full would be the key
That's
word
a
there.
great way to celebrate Valentine's Day. And I do want to say happy Valentine's Day to one and all.
Oh, yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank
Julia.
you for having me. I appreciate
Great
it.
job.
Thank
Great
you.
So the next time, great. Tomorrow, Gilbert's. They never give us any food there. 17th Street Grill, the burgers,
If
and
they
all
see
the other
this
great
display,
stuff.
you know how Lenore's
It'll
gonna
be like
It turns
Yes.
into a game of one-upmanship,
Yeah.
Julie. At all the restaurants that we go to, it's like they see somebody does this, and then they say, "Aha, we gotta make more." And then look at me. I've got no shot.
Oh, Juliet did that today.
Yeah.
You really brought it.
Great job,
And
Julia.
Thanks,
you delivered some great food.
Thank you
Come on
very
out
much.
here and check it out.
Lickie Stickie here in
Sticky
Sunrise.
barbecue.
Sticky
man.
barbecue.
Easy to remember.
We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, enjoy every rib, pork, wing, and enjoy every sandwich.
Where can I find some flowers?